the weakest I've ever been in my life. That's been the last 23 days. Out of the blue, I was diminished to the weakness of and forced to be cared for like an elderly individual. As Providence would have it, I fell sick. A 19-day fight with pneumonia saw me landing in the hospital for a stay longer than any of my family minus my dad have ever experienced. There was terror in those days. Fear. Weakness. Walking a flight of stairs got me more out of breath than 45 minutes of a soccer game. But I learned so much. Healing doesn't always look how I wanted it to look. God has a greater vision than I do. I was angry at him. Why was he allowing me not to be physically healed? But I found that healing wasn't physical. Not for this sickness anyway. It was emotional, relational, and deeply spiritual. I saw my family in a room together for the first time in a while. I learned to cherish a friendship. I felt deeper for the woman that I loved, not based on traditional romantic moments, but her holding my body up while I was physically too weak to walk, and driving me to the ER when I was physically too weak to drive, and helping me through triage where an IV shunt was shoved into my wrist to address my extreme dehydration. I saw conversations take place that would never have happened apart from my sickness. Conversations that led to genuine relationship healing and growth, and apologies were shared. God showed me what healing looks like from his perspective, when he gets to define it. I battled for joy. It was perhaps the hardest battle of my entire faith journey. Discouragement hovered over me like a cloud, and I cowered in the pathway of its thunderbolts. But a voice pulled me out of it. She reminded me that when I'm weakest, Christ is strongest in my life. And that even if I didn't know what it looked like, joy was still mine. I fought for my smile. I struggled to smile because nightly a needle was dug into my skin, and I winced in pain while I was forced awake only for a phlebotomist to dig through the veins in the back of my hand for yet another blood test. I didn't want to worship through it. I felt I had no reason to, but I fought for my smile. I fought for it because I knew that the enemy was happy it was gone. I won it by reminding myself of the faithfulness of Jesus. Lastly, I discovered that when the veil of jealousy is lifted, I can recognize goodness and speak words of kindness that uplift others. This culminated in a half an hour long rant where I complimented people I respect and recognized the good things I admired in them. It ended with my brother and I in tears as I told him how much he meant to me. That's it. The last month of my life, and a few things I learned in it.